for a chance to win 5,000 pesos and earn 2% cash back on all your FCB Pay payment transactions with the FCB Pay Double Promotion. Promo period is from January 1 to December 31, 2022. Per DTI Bohol Permit numbers 168 and 169, series of 2021. See posters and print ads for details.
Ang musunod nga programa usa ka binayran. Ang mga opinyon o komentaryo nga ipadayag iya lamang sa magsisibya ug way labot ang mga kawani ug tagdumala, affiliates or partners sa 91.1 Balita FM.
Mga kaigsunan among mga pagtimbaya usab sa tanang mga kawani ug tagdumala sa Bohol Tropics Resort. Mao kini ang wedding destination. Ang Bohol Tropics Resort, mga kahigalaan, anaa kanal sa Graham Avenue ning Dakbayan sa Tagbilaran. Sa nagkrinlain ninyo nga mga kasaulugan, wedding celebrations, birthday celebrations, baptismal celebrations, reunions, ug uban pagyud nga mga kasaulugan, ayaw kalimot, go to the function destination, Bohol Tropics Resort. Ani apay laing maayong balita, ang Builderware Superstore. Accessible na kini karon sa online shopping. Atong usbon, ang Builderware Superstore accessible na kini karon sa online shopping. Imo lang pagabisitahan ang www.bqbuilderware.com. You can now browse and shop for your construction needs with free delivery within Tagbilaran City kung ikaw mo palit sa total amount of 5,000 pesos. Time saving ni mga kaigsuonan. Dili na kamaglangan sa panahon. Hassle-free mga kaigsuonan. Dili na kamaglisod. Adto alang gyud. Bisitahin lang sa imong computer www.bqbuilderware.com. Mahinungdan nga sa tanan ng mga Builderware's valued customers nga aduna kamoy minahals kinabuhi nga tuas sa laing nasod, dili na gyud problema. Mo-order lang sila, ha? They can now buy their construction materials needed for their housing here in Bohol. Dali na gyud ka ipagpamalit. Mahimo ka mo gamit sa inyong credit card? Akong Osbon, mahimo ka mo gamit sa inyong credit card for faster transaction. No need sa pera padala. Just visit www.bqbuilderware.com. As an affiliate of BQ Corporation serving generations of Boholanos for 75 years, this coming 2020, Builderware is the architect's choice in providing you the most trusted brands with high-quality products for your construction needs. Builderware, your hardware superstore. Ani ay maayong balita, mga kaigsuonan. Ang Do Exam Marketing Incorporated ug ang Suzuki Philippines Incorporated kauban sa ilang bag-o nga gibuksan nga tindahan, gibuksan kini ni atong Marso 30, 2019. Nga mao ang Suzuki 3S Concept Store, adunay service, spare parts, sales. Diha kini mahamutang sa J8 Larin Street, Tagbilaran City. Haduol kini sa Tagbilaran Puriculture Center and Maternity House. Ang Suzuki 3S Concept Store, kauban sa Do Exam Marketing Incorporated, nagbaligya kini sa Smash Motorcycles. Ani ang guidelines kung mopalit ka og Smash Motorcycles. Ang Smash with drum without disc brake motorcycle. Cash price ni ini, barato lang kaayo. Unya, ang down payment labi pang barato. Adto dayon ang Suzuki 3S Concept Store kay ang down payment nini karong panahon na barato lang yun. Dunay mga bulok na galinlain. Smash red, smash yellow, smash black, smash matte black, smash violet o smash pink. Matagpalit nimo sa smash drum without disc brake. aduna kay libre nga one-piece helmet, one-piece jersey, 100 pesos worth of gasoline, CTPL insurance, 1-year MC registration. Laing klase sa Smash motorcycle nga imong mapalit, mawang Smash with disc brake. Barato gihapon ang down payment. Ang mga kolor available while lain kundi ang matte gray o blue Smash motorcycle. Ang freebie mga kaigsuunan kan gitawag natong libre, one-piece helmet, one-piece jersey, 100 pesos worth of gasoline, CTPL insurance, 1-year MC registration. Kining tanan mga kaigsuunan imo lang makuha sa Do-XM Marketing Incorporated o sa Suzuki Philippines Incorporated. Suzuki 3S Concept Store diha sa J8 Larin Street, Tagbilaran City. Dakong balita mga kaigsuunan diha gyud sa Suzuki o sa Do-XM. Buot ka nga makuha og motor nga Smash, 2,000 kapin na lang ang imong down payment. Dili na 4,000 kapin. It's only 2,000 pesos plus. At tuadayan ang maong buhatan.
Dynamic Power Marine and Industrial Hardware Incorporated. Dynamic Castings, makers of world-class marine propellers since 1968. Ay kalimot, this is the power to propel you further. Mao-kini sila mga kaigsuunan ang mutubag sa imong mga suliran kabahin sa land generating sets, enclosed type, open type, ingon marusab sa reverse osmosis system, water solutions o dynamic castings marine propellers, 3 to 5 blades. Tawagi lang ang telephone numbers 0917-546-7444 or telephone number 038-502-0120. Dili gani, adto lang mo sa internet, inyong i-browse ang Bohol at dynamicpower.ph or www.dynamicpower.ph. Mga kaigsuunan, Dynamic Power, Dynamic Castings, gipanag-iya kini ni Mr. and Mrs. Edward Ngo. Ang kapika sa kinabuhi ni Mr. Edward Ngo, walain kundili, usa ka buholana nga mao si Mrs. Medi Gonzaga Ngo.
Mga kaigsuunan, ani ay nindot sa kaing pahibalo. Yehey! Makaingon jud taog yehey! Lamian kaayo, House of Lechon, Tagbilaran. Limpyo kaayo, House of Lechon, Tagbilaran. Duol ra kaayo, House of Lechon, Tagbilaran. Ana ang mahamutang sa J.A. Clarin Street, haduol sa National Irrigation Administration and Panda Tea Hotel, Barangay Dao, Tagbilaran City. Congratulations, House of Lechon, Tagbilaran. Gipanag-iya ni Dr. Wilson Du and family. House of Lechon, Tagbilaran, Lamian. Mga pagtimbaya gikan sa Richley Corporation, drinking water supplier. Ang Richley Corporation mga kaigsuunan, nagsilbi na karon 24 oras matag adlaw, 7 ka adlaw matag semana. Dinhi sa nagkalain-lain nga barangay sa Dawis, San Isidro, Poblasyon, Dao, Totolan, Tabalong, Katarman, Sungkulan, Biking, Mayakabang. Mga barangay sa Panglao, Libaong, Bolon, Tawala, mga barangay sa Tagbilaran City, Mansasa, Bool, ug mga barangay sa Baclayon, Santa Cruz ug Libertad. Dili madugay, ilan ang pagasilbihan ang tanan nga mga barangay sa Dawis, Panglao, Tagbilaran City. For more information on water application, adto lang ang ilang Tagbilaran office sa Benigno Aquino Avenue, District Cogon kini og sa Tagbilaran City. Hatuol sa atong daan nga airport, telephone numbers 0917-832-5450 o dili gani 0917-8244-340 or 0919-232-1192. Muadto usab kamo sa Dawis ug Panglao office. Diha gyud mamutang sa Barangay Katarman, Dawis, Bohol. Telephone number 834-8210 or 0917-1280-161. Ay kalimot, Richley Corporation Drinking Water Supply.
May laing maayong balita ang mga kaigsunan alang sa lovers of cakes and pastries. Niya ito may gugmaon kaayo sa cakes o sa pastries. Wow! You are in for a special treat sa Sweet Home Cafe. Tungod kay ang Sweet Home Cafe nagatanyag kini sa gitawag na itong assorted treats alang sa ilang mga customers. Ang taong Sweet Home Cafe nagabalita sa ilang mga customers na naglalay tanyag na gitawag ng assorted treats. Freshly baked cake every day. Available at 2 p.m. daily. So pagsugod sa alas 2 karonday, ready na. Assorted cake. Customers may get a whole cake made out of assorted flavors. One can save up to 25% by taking advantage of this promo. Available only at Sweet Home Cafe. Patrons will be treated to a cake featuring flavors such as the following: red velvet, honeycomb, carrot, blueberry cheesecake, New York cheesecake, choco moist, o kanang gitawag sweet revenge. Truly, kining maong cake mga kaigsuran, assorted flavors, o gitawag nilang made in heaven. Patrons may visit Sweet Home Cafe sa ilang duha ka mga branches. Usa ni ana na sa Remodel Street, hadool ka na sa karaan na Holy Spirit School, ug ang lain ana sa Lesage Street. Ayaw kalimot, Sweet Home Cafe offers delicious assorted flavor cake for take-out.
Open Phone. Mao kini ang inyong bukas nga hawanan alang sa nagkadaiyang hilisgutan. Open Phone. Aduna kabay pagpakabana sa katilingban, kagamhanan, sa imong palibot o sa kinaihan. Aduna kabay pagpakabana sa katilingban, kagamhanan, sa imong palibot o sa kinaiyahan, o sa bisan unsa nga angay isangat sa katawhan. Salmot sa Open Forum, bukas nga panagsultihan. Naghigwaos ka ba sa mga panghitabo? Sa atong kalibutan, ingon man sa mga kasayuran, nga bot nimong makabot og mahisgutan. Salmot sa Open Forum, bukas nga panagsultihan. Gusto ka bang malipay sa kalampusan sa kagawasan, sa panagsultihay o panaghisgutay? Sa nagkalain-laing isyu sa atong mga katawhan? Salmot sa Open Forum, bukas nga panagsultihan. Tulumanon nga matag adlaw, Lunes ngadto sa Biyernes. Dini sa istasyon ng DYTR, Tinod na Radio. Naguna sa Katilingban, ang CDC sa inyong mga radio. DYTR, Open Forum, bukas na panagsultihan.
You are listening to Open Forum. Thank you.
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 Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you now the latest news edition brought to you by the First Consolidated Bank, FCB.
Friends, good afternoon from the newsroom of DYTR, the Bohol Tribune. We will now bring you the latest edition of the news brought to you by the First Consolidated Bank. For the headline, Chato pushes Bohol agenda in Dole pre-budget hearing. For the details of the news, we will be back after the short reminder.
Enjoy FCB's Double Promotion 2022. Register for FCB Pay, FCB's mobile banking application at your nearest branch and get a chance to win 5,000 pesos. Every month, 5 new users will be chosen to win 5,000 pesos cash prize each. And not only that, whenever you use FCB Pay to buy groceries, pay utility bills, and pay tuition fees, you will earn 2% cash back on all payment transactions with no minimum spend. Earn while you spend for your household needs. Use FCB Pay at over 50 accredited merchants and institutions Bohol-wide. What are you waiting for? Register for FCB Pay for a chance to win 5,000 pesos and earn 2% cash back on all your FCB Pay payment transactions with the FCB Pay Double Promotion. Promo period is from January 1 to December 31, 2022. Per DTI Bohol Permit numbers 168 and 169, series of 2021. See posters and print ads for details.
And back to the news, ladies and gentlemen, for the details. First District Representative Edgar Chato pushed for the agenda of Bohol during the pre-budget hearing involving the Department of Labor and Employment, or DOLE, on August 15, 2022, according to reports. The Solon said that he was able to meet Dole's Secretary Bienvenido Laguesma during the said pre-budget hearing, together with the House Secretary General Reggie Velasco and Majority Floor Leader Manix Dalipe, the reports mentioned. Chato said that he raised several issues related to the Bohol agenda with the DOLE official. Among the issues raised were the establishment of more training centers of the Technical Education Skills and Development Authority, or TESDA, and improvement of the DOLE Bohol office, including support services for mobility requirements. The Solon added that he also raised the concern regarding the consideration for the DOLE office in Bohol to be independent and separate from the office in Cebu in order to enhance accessibility of DOLE and TESDA programs to Boholanos. Moreover, Chato pushed for more allocation of labor-related programs such as Tulong Pangkabuhayan para sa ating displaced, disadvantaged workers, or TUPAD, Government Internship Program, or GIP, and the Special Program for Employment of Students, or SPES, among others, the report adds. Friends, we have just brought to you the latest edition of our news, brought to you by the First Consolidated Bank. In behalf of our regular newscaster in this program, Ma'am Ardy Araneta-Batoy, and also in behalf of my fellow newscasters, Ma'am Gloria Ludivica Araneta, Mr. Chandimar Batoy, and Mr. Dave Swan Alvarado, this is Atty.Greg Austral saying, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, FCB.
Kung ang tawo maningkamot inubanan sa pag-ampo nga hugot, siguradong wala gyuy kapakyasan ang atong mga kadaugan. Kini si Jane Yap sa Dakbayan sa Tagbilaran.
Enjoy FCB's Double Promotion 2022. Register for FCB Pay, FCB's mobile banking application at your nearest branch and get a chance to win 5,000 pesos. Every month, 5 new users will be chosen to win 5,000 pesos cash prize each. And not only that, whenever you use FCB Pay to buy groceries, pay utility bills, and pay tuition fees, you will earn 2% cash back on all payment transactions with no minimum spend. Earn while you spend for your household needs. Use FCB Pay at over 50 accredited merchants and institutions Bohol-wide. What are you waiting for? Register for FCB Pay for a chance to win 5,000 pesos and earn 2% cashback on all your FCB Pay payment transactions with the FCB Pay Double Promotion. Promo period is from January 1 to December 31, 2022. Per DTI Bohol Permit numbers 168 and 169, series of 2021. See posters and print ads for details.
You are listening to Open Forum. Thank you.
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 Among may nitong pagtimbaya sa tanan nato mga suking tigpaminaw. Yes, that is correct. You are listening to Open Forum. Bukas nga panagsultihay. Welcome sa lain na sad nga edisyon nato sa ato ang programa. Today is Wednesday mga kaigsunan, and we devote today's edition to the Rule of Law edition mga kaigsunan. It's the 17th day of August 2022, and we have 5 more days to go before the official start of classes in public school kay bautang karong Agosto 22, no? 2022 magsugod ang klase sa pampubliko nga tulunghaan mga kaigsunan. So we hope and pray that the start of the classes for the private school will be all right and will be mayngon ta po nga og walay mga kakulian, no, nga mahitabo, considering that murag the public schools will be gradually transitioning to kanang gitawag nato og full face-to-face classes. But aside from the opening of the school year, mga kaigsunan, sayod kita sa mga private schools nagsugod karong simanaha, or naiuban ng mga private schools nga nagsugod ni adto pang bulan sa Hulyo 2022 mga kaigsunan. And well, ato sang kalimtan kadali, no, ang ato ang mga issues and concerns related to the opening of classes, because we have a very important guest karong hapuna mga kaigsunan. Gumikan kay Rule of Law man kini. We would like to devote this time to a fruitful and meaningful discussion sa usa ka importante nga issue. Although the national and the local elections have passed already, that was more than 3 months already nga nahitabo. Apan the issue is still relevant, especially that mga pipila na pod kakatuigan karon mobalik na sa dangatuang mga piniliay, no? And we are trying to contact mga kaigsunan ang usa ka resource person nato gikan sa kauluhan or dito sa Metro Manila. He is the policy consultant of Lente. Ato naman kining suki mga kaigsunan, no? He will be taking the interview according to the representatives from the legal education. Ato nang gi-contact mga kaigsunan. Okay, so we are trying to connect now.
Si Atty.Greg Austral sa program.
All right. So, Lar, ready? Okay. Friends, I'm very proud to introduce to you our resource person karong hapuna, the policy consultant of Lente, no other than Attorney Carlo Gino Africa. Attorney Africa, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon po sa ating lahat. Thank you for having me today.
Yes, I would like to thank you as well for taking this invitation for this interview. Attorney Africa, although the elections have we have finished the elections more than 3 months already, but I think some issues and concerns regarding policy directions, no, for our electoral process are still relevant even up to this moment. So, Attorney Africa, before we begin, no, may I request you to please give a short background of yourself, considering that we are live here in the province of Bohol, but not only that, because we are also live streaming via Facebook and other live streaming channels via 91.1 FM Balita here in Tagbilaran City. So it would be, I think, very important for our audience to know who is our resource person this afternoon. Attorney Africa.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Sa lahat po ng nakikinig, maraming salamat po. Sana po marami kayong makuha, no, sa masasabi ko this afternoon. Ako po si Attorney Carla Africa at kasama po ako ng Lente, or ang Legal Network for Truthful Elections. Ang Lente po ay isa sa ating mga election watchdogs, no, na yung pinaka-role po namin pag-elections ay to monitor the electoral process and to ensure, no, if meron tayong public confidence sa ating electoral process. And when we say public confidence, yung ginagamit po kasi namin framework ay gusto namin makita na meron ba tayong tiwala, may trust bang ating taong bayan sa ating eleksyon. At malalaman po natin yan kung meron tayong accountability, transparency, at inclusiveness sa ating elections. So yun po yung framework na ginagamit namin. And kami po sa Lente, maliban po sa election monitoring na ginagawa namin tuwing election, kami po ay nagpo-push po ng ating mga policy reforms, no, sa electoral process, hindi lamang sa COMELEC, pero pati na po sa Kongreso. So yung mga datos, yung mga observations, mga reports, nakuha po namin ngayong nakaraang election at yung mga previous elections pa, ay ginagamit namin upang magbigay ng policy recommendations sa ating Kongreso at sa ating COMELEC para mas maganda nga ang ating eleksyon at para mas meron tayong kumpiyansa so that we have trust and confidence in our electoral process.
Okay, so thank you for that, Attorney Africa. No? I know for a fact that Lente has several volunteers before, during, and after the election day. And these volunteers observed the electoral process at the precinct levels. So, based on your overall assessment, Attorney Africa, ano bang masasabi natin with respect to the May 2022 national and local elections?
So tama ka po, no? So we had over 4,000 volunteers all over the Philippines that we were able to monitor close to 65 provinces, at least in our election operations. At yung napansin po namin, marami po sa mga issues na nakikita natin in the past. Diyan pa rin po eh. Actually, yung number one issue po na nakuha namin, at least on election day, ay VCM malfunction. Yung pinakamarami nakuha naming reports. Yung second po ay yung mga nawawalang pangalan po sa ating voters list. So marami pa rin pong ganong issue ang nakita. But aside from that po, yung issues rin po na nakita namin ay mga violation of our electoral laws. So meron tayong, yung number one po sa mga issue na yan ay ating vote buying, of course, palagi yan sikat, hindi lang on election day but even before the election. But on election day, yung number one po nakita namin ay unlawful electioneering. Yung unlawful electioneering po ay bawal po kasi tayo mag-campaign, no? Within 100 meters radius sa ating mga polling places. Pero marami po kami nakuha ng reports. Actually, number one election offense po siya na reported on election day mismo, yung unlawful electioneering. And nakita po namin sa mga reports namin ang nangyari dito, marami nagbibigay ng sample ballots na hindi sila mismong gumawa. Kasi pag election day po, bawal na po tayo magbigay ng sample ballots.
That's correct.
Pwede po tayo mismo gumawa, pero bawal tayo mamigay sa ibang tao, no? Kasi it could end up becoming unlawful electioneering. Aside from that, may nakita rin po tayo yung mga ballot box po natin, nakita yung mga laman sa loob, dapat po kasi hindi. At sikat na sikat pa rin po yung unlawful entry. Yung unlawful entry po, ang ibig sabihin dito, bawal po pumasok ang ating barangay officials, pati members ng PNP, ng police at ng armed forces within 50 meters ng ating polling place. And marami po tayo nakuha ng reports na madalas ito yung ginagawa. May ibang reports nga po tayo, no? Yung ibang barangay officials natin na umikot sa loob ng eskwelahan. At bawal po kasi yun hindi po talaga siya pwede. Dapat pagkatapos sila bumoto, lumabas na po sila. Bawal po sila mag-loiter po, no? Bawal sila umikot-ikot sa loob ng ating voting center ng ating eskwelahan.
Okay, so that's still a lot of problems, attorney. So overall, despite the so many problems that we encountered during the national and local elections last May, ano bang masasabi natin? Ang eleksyon ba na nakaraan, was it a let's say still a reliable basis for the matatawag natin na masasabi natin na yun talaga, ang resulta ay yun talaga ang hatol ng bayan?
I think we can say we can be a bit more confident, no, na at least when it comes to the electoral process itself, particularly automated process natin, we can say with more confidence na yan po talaga yung binoto ng mga tao on election day. But yung talagang problema natin more than the electoral process, even the automated process, is yung environment around it. So some of the issues nakita namin po, for example, is pare-pareho pa rin po yung mga pangalan sa balota. We have over 830 to 840 unopposed positions for this election. So, ibig sabihin wala silang ibang kalaban. One vote lang, panalo na sila.
Okay.
Marami po kasi to. We want as much as possible stronger electoral competition. Talamak pa rin po. Marami pa rin pong sa mga tumatakbo sa atin, puro political dynasties. Pare-pareho pangalan pa rin po. And even sa mga unopposed positions po, no, marami doon political dynasties po tumatakbo.
If I may cut you off, Attorney Africa, ano ba nangyari dyan? Bakit maraming unopposed positions? Baka siya lang ang magaling dyan sa lugar nila.
So, that in itself po is an issue, I think, that we have to also address politically in the country. Sa assessment rin po kasi namin, if we look at it, wala po kasi actually ibang nag-develop ng kandidato, no, sa ating sistema. Yung government po natin, hindi siya ginagawa. COMELEC doesn't do it. Even private institutions, yung mga NGOs, yung mga schools po natin, wala po silang tinatawag nating candidate training. Even political parties, hindi kasi ganun kalakas political parties natin. So, wala silang set system to really train new candidates, no, all over the Philippines. And malaking problema po ito, no. We want as much as possible an electoral system wherein any person should be able to have the opportunity to actually compete at the elections. Kasi we want choices for our people. And if pare-pareho po yung tao sa balota, ano po siya, symptom siya ng isang malaking problema na kailangan solusyonan natin. So, if wala pong ibang qualified sa isang area, sa isang city, ang sagot po dapat dyan ay dapat mag-train tayo ng ibang mga tao na maging qualified. Tumakbo sa ating city, sa ating province, sa ating municipality.
Just a follow-up question on that, Attorney Africa. Ano kayang rason bakit nobody is training a potential candidate for a particular position? Aside from, we know already the yung palaging rason, no, na political dynasty, yung lugar na yon is actually lorded over by a certain family only. Meron pa kaya mga other interventions para masolusyonan ang problema niyan?
Una po, no, malaki po rin po kasi yung stigma ng politics sa Philippines. Kaya nga po yung mga NGOs natin, even mga eskwelahan natin, takot pa rin po tayo na pumasok sa politika. And because of that, I think konti yung nagtitrain, konti nagde-develop ng potential candidates. So parang may lumalabas when you say politics, iniisip mo agad for the few yan, yung mga privileged few yan. Pero hindi po maganda yung ganong klaseng naratibo eh. Gusto natin as much as possible, it's open for everyone. I think that's one. Yung number two po, problema pa rin pala talaga sa atin is wala tayong accountability sa elections eh. Napakahina ng accountability mechanisms natin sa elections. Palagi po, every election, alam po natin, vote buying is an issue. Alam po natin may election violence pa rin. Itong unlawful electioneering, matagal na pong problema yan sa ating election. Pero konti po yung nakikita nating na nakakasuhan, no? Lalo na konting kandidato nakita nating hindi na-disqualify because of vote buying. Actually, sa experience ko po, wala pa akong narinig na actual candidate who was tried, convicted, and disqualified because of the election offensive vote buying. So it is an issue. And I think if we have COMELEC, if we don't fix this issue, isipin talaga ng tao, kailangan mo bumili ng boto. And hindi naman yung mga tao siguro may prinsipyo, ayaw pumasok doon. Hindi sila you lose a certain portion of the population agad, no? At pangatlo, connected to sa second na sinabi ko, ang taas pa rin po ng campaign spending natin. Napakalaking issue actually po yung campaign spending actually. Kasi in reality naman, medyo outdated na po kasi yung campaign spending limits natin, no? This was passed in the 90s pa ho, matagal-tagal na po siya napasa. So, yung counterpart po niya, masyado na talaga mababa. So, yung hidden secret nga within electoral circles is that a lot of the people, a lot of our candidates actually under-report, no, kung ano talaga yung magkano ginagastos nila pag-eleksyon. So, napakahirap nga po.
Wala bang audit with respect to the election spending na ginagawa ang COMELEC?
Right now po kasi yung proseso po natin ay self-reported po yung mga mga documents. So in our analysis of COMELEC's capacity right now, wala silang capacity to audit all of these documents na nakukuha nila, no. Actually po isang policy reform na gusto namin talaga i-push for the next election ay gawin na po natin, kasi tayong campaign finance office sa COMELEC. Pero actually, itong campaign finance office, temporary post lang po to. So, hindi siya permanent, wala siyang sailing staff.
Okay.
Sa pagkausap nga po namin from this election and last election, kalahati ng staff niya bago. Kasi lumipat na, kasi hindi naman permanent yan. Wala silang set security of tenure. And because of that, it's hard for them to really train and retain the institutional knowledge, and at the same time walang talaga silang auditing capacity. So yung proposal namin actually sa Congress is let's make it permanent. Gawin natin permanent yung campaign finance office, give them their own office, give them yung resources para kaya nila mag-audit ng ating mga financial documents na required naman isubmit ng ating mga kandidato.
So wala talagang capacity, Attorney Africa, because I understand radio stations, newspapers, and any media company are required, no, under the election law to report to COMELEC on the advertisements placed by the political candidates. So it's a question of capacity on the part of the COMELEC.
Yeah, I think it's really a big capacity issue. And tama, we've had one case actually wherein na-disqualify yung isang kandidato because of overspending. This was the case of Ejercito versus COMELEC. Ang nangyari doon, required kayong ating media companies to actually submit yung mga ad buys, no? And yung in-add yung mga ginastos sa ad buys to the actual gastos na report ng ating kandidato, lumabas na nag-overspending nga siya. So because of that, they disqualify yung candidate in that case, no? So yun, that's one successful case. Pero because of that case, na syempre natuto yung ating mga kandidato, they make sure, no, na whatever submitted by media, yung mga advice nila, and whatever sila mismo, kung ano yung self-reported nila, they make sure na it's under the spending limit. And even for our PR agencies, for example, what we're pushing for, dapat sila rin required sila to submit yung mga binabayad sa kanila. Pero right now po kasi wala pong, hindi po siya na-implement yung mga hindi natin na-require kasi hindi natin alam, wala tayong paperwork. Pwede siyang under the table, pwede nga siya hindi official.
Well, I think one solution that I can see there when it comes to campaign finance, Attorney Africa, is baka pwedeng i-computerize ito na lahat na media establishments will have to report through an online system para makita yung magkano nang na-spend ng isang candidate.
Actually, super ganda po ng idea rin kasi yan po actually inisip namin magandang first step ng Campaign Finance Office right now. Let's put everything online. Yung lahat ng sinasabit ng candidates natin, ng media natin, para if hindi kaya ng COMELEC office mismo mag-audit, baka the public can help them audit, no? I think we'll have volunteers all over the country willing to actually look into all of these documents. Baka sila mismo makita. I think based sa last conversation namin with the Campaign Finance Office, it's a project they're open to. I think right now trabaho na sila with this regard. Ang kami naman, hinihintay na lang natin na ma-release yan. Siyempre bilang mga advocates, we're going to try to get them to really push for this as well, no? But kami, isip kasi namin long term, maganda talaga sana if makapacitate yung ating office at sila mismo maging permanent office na sila.
Yeah, that's good. Pero balikan natin, Attorney Africa, itong napakalumang law. Any update on ang ginagawa nating shall we say advocacy to Congress to somehow amend the election law natin para ma-updated itong amounts na pwedeng i-spend sa ating because if we go to computerization pero luma naman yung figures na nilagay natin doon, then pa rin parang it looks like all candidates are violating the law pero hindi naman realistic yung amounts na nilagay doon sa batas.
Actually, it's good that you say that, no? Because actually right now, merong bill filed by Senator Amy Marcos. Siya actually yung chairperson natin for the Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reform sa Senate. Nag-file siya ng the new Omnibus Election Code, actually. Actually, sobrang luma na po ng Omnibus Election Code natin. It was first passed in 1985, 2 years before our own Constitution. And over the past 30 years, we have over 40 laws amending the Omnibus Election Code. So, itong pinas po right now na bill, it was supposedly the new one. So, we're hoping, actually, kung ano yung magiging next step dito. Unfortunately, right now, yung both our House of Representatives and Senate, focus po kasi sila right now sa ating pag-postpone ng ating barangay SK elections. But what we're hoping, kami as advocates, we're going to try to push for a better, a more updated law, no?
Yeah.
And it will be interesting how it goes with the Senate, lalo na meron naman tayong bill filed on the new Omnibus Election Code.
That's good news para ma-updated itong Omnibus Election Code natin. Nabanggit mo kanina, Attorney Africa, na nandyan pa rin. I think number 1 sa binanggit mo among the problems encountered during the May 2022 elections, itong vote counting machines or VCM natin. In fact, meron nga inabot ng madaling araw. Ako nga I was able to vote at 11 o'clock in the evening. Nandiyan ang resulta, hindi pa ako nakaboto, sabi daw, nasira daw yung VCM. So, do you think it's time to replace the VCMs with newer ones?
So actually, yung what we're hoping for, for COMELEC is they release numbers. So I think for this election, we have around 1,295 VCM malfunctions and 618 yung faulty SD cards. Pero kasi we want to know how many of this 1,295, ilan sa kanila yung lumang VCM machine, ilan yung bago. Kasi for this election, kumuha tayo ng, I think, 15,000 bagong VCM machines. Gusto namin malaman, ilan ba yung sa bago, ilan yung sa luma, yung nasira, nagkaroon ng VCM malfunction. Kasi makikita natin na yung pala, walang correlation. If nakita natin na equal pala yung number ng pagkasira nung luma pati bago, baka hindi pala siya issue of whether luma or bago.
Yes.
Baka issue siya on saan siya dinala, saan siya hinold, baka mainit sa area, baka lubak-lubak yung dinaanan ng BCM. So, kami, more than the number, so we want to find out ano ba talaga yung root cause ng mga VCM malfunctions natin. Kasi doon natin makikita ano ba talaga yung problema. Hindi naman pwede sabihin natin na dahil luma yan. If lumabas pala, yung pala marami, bago rin yung nasirang VCM machine. So, kami, it's hard for us to have a stand here without full knowledge of all the what the actual root cause is. And I think it will be smart on COMELEC's part to really identify any root issue ng ating mga malfunction para so ganun, alam nila what to recommend to Congress for the next election.
Pero as of now, meron na bang nilabas ang COMELEC regarding the performance of the VCMs? Yung sinabi mong ilan sa bago or ilan sa mga luma ang nag-malfunction?
So unfortunately, wala pa. The only number we have is the actual total amount. But siguro, if you look at numbers kasi actually right now, marami actually. Number one most important issue sa amin actually is VCM malfunction. But when you looked at the final numbers, it only accounted actually for just 1.2% of the total VCMs deployed.
Okay.
Actually, if you compare this to 2019, mas marami yung VCM malfunction for this election. Pero kasi mas maraming VCMs this election as well.
Okay.
So if you look at percentage lang, I think mga 1% or 0.8 or 1.1% yung nasira ng 2019. Mga 1.2% yung nasira this year. Or nagka-issue. So medyo pareho actually. So even though mukhang maraming ang issue, I think a lot of the reason why is because may certain areas na nakita natin issue siya. But even in the previous election, marami rin actually nagsasabi may VCM malfunction. So yun nga it's important for us to look into the numbers and find out ano talaga yung root cause ng issues na to. And even in our report, yun naman yung sabi namin we need to find out the root cause.
Well, siguro hindi naman natin ma-rule out yung wala talaga mag-malfunction. Pero itong more than 1% percentage na nag-malfunction, Attorney Africa, do you consider that as acceptable percentage of VCM malfunctions? Or medyo mataas?
Siguro medyo unfair because you're gonna ask an advocate For us, yung only acceptable percentage process siguro 0%. Siyempre, we want a perfect election. Kasi siyempre tayo, lalo na nakita natin for this election, there were people waiting until 5 a.m., waiting until the next day to vote. And ayaw natin to make it hard for our voters. Our election should really be to get encourage more people to vote. And if you see stories of people waiting until the next day, waiting 10, 12 hours for them to vote, madi-discourage sila for the next election. And although mataas election percentage natin this year, natatakot naman tayo bumaba siya for the next election. Kasi we have 83% yung voter turnout for this election. Hopefully, gusto natin tumaas pa rin yan as high as possible actually gusto natin for voter turnout.
Pero siguro, ang isang titingnan natin dyan is how fast did the COMELEC replace those defective VCM during election day?
Yes, I think that's a big issue as well. I think ang nangyari kasi for this election, kaya nagka-problema was that because I think we had historic numbers when it came to voter registration. Ang nangyari, we have konti lang yung naging contingent VCM machines natin. If I'm not mistaken, I think nasa 1,000 basta konti, hindi siya ganun karami as compared to the 2019 elections. And what ang COMELEC did was they identified regional hubs to house these contingent to house the contingent VCMs, no? So ang magiging suggestion namin, if konti ulit yung VCM na meron tayo for the next election, siguro imbis na regional tayo, baka we can make it near to specific hot areas na nagkaroon ng issue. And kaya kami babalik sa finding out what the root cause is, because we want to find out ano ba yung issue kung bakit, baka may certain areas kung bakit dito talaga yung mataas yung number of VCM malfunction. Kasi if alam natin limited resources, hindi naman unlimited yung pera ni COMELEC. If alam natin limited resources natin, at least mas matalino, mas strategic yung magiging pag-place natin sa mga hubs natin and pag-distribute ng ratio of our VCM machines, no? I think that's what we're worried about. And I think tama ka, more than VCM malfunction, mas important yung gaano kabilis nagagawa yung pagkaroon ng contingency, which is a replacement VCM. I think that's more important actually than the actual malfunction. Kasi if mabilis yung pag-remedy ng ating issue, at least baka wala maging issue, wala masyadong matagal na wait time for voting.
Hindi naman talaga natin maiwasan, may mga malfunction naman talaga. Pero question lang, as an advocate also, are you advocating for a newer technology for vote counting, or ito pa rin, itong VCM pa rin for the coming elections?
So right now, kasi based on the data that we have, on election returns po natin, based sa ginawa po ng PPCRV, mataas po yung percentage ng accuracy, mataas yung accuracy rating ng ating election returns printed as compared to what was put in the VCMs. And even our random manual audit, napakataas rin po, 99.95% po kasi accuracy rating ng ating VCMs. So if you're talking about automation, I think the automated elections did its job. I think medyo more or less successful tayo sa pag-automate ng pag-count ng votes and pag-transmit ng votes kasi based on the safeguards that we have, wala tayong issue, ang taas ng mga accuracy rating natin. So I think we have to focus more on issues outside of this automated issue, which is vote buying, unlawful electioneering, itong pare-pareho pa rin yung tao na tumatakbo. Kasi if we solve those issues, I think hindi magiging issue itong DCM. I think hindi siya as big of an issue. Kasi yung core issues of our democracy na dun outside of this vote counting machine process.
That's the bigger picture.
Yes, correct.
Well, punta naman tayo sa itong controversial talaga, 'di ba? Since ilang taon na ba itong naging controversial, pati Supreme Court could not actually paiba-iba yung decisions, right? So, punta tayo sa party list elections. So, what were the common problems noted by Lente in the recent party list elections?
I think isa po talaga sa nakita namin na so the party list was supposedly, it was developed for sectoral politics. Even though yung constitution naman natin gave them an 3 election period na head start for our sectors, underrepresented sectors natin. Problema for this election, we had 177 party lists na ran for the election. So 177 po, may nakita kaming study na 70 out of the 177 may ties po sa ating political dynasties. Or for a local politician, may ties po, medyo connected po sila. So yung takot po natin, hindi lang po tumataas yung number of dynasties natin in the country, pinupuntahan na rin po nila yung party list. So kumukonti nga po yung spaces natin for underrepresented sectors, for alternative candidates. And mahirap po if yung party list din, mawawala na rin ito completely. Kasi, syempre, yung may capacity right now, yung mga may sources, may resources to actually run an election. So I think yun yung big issue when it comes to party list elections. Kami mismo sa Lente, we're exploring potentially adding a political dynasty provision for party lists, lalo na sa ating nominees, to ensure lang na we have a more vibrant party list elections that siguro more or less aligns with what it was originally intended for. Because as of right now, yung fear natin is malayo tayo sa intention initially decided upon by the framers of our Constitution and yung mga taong nag-vote in favor of our 1987 Constitution.
Tama. And it's happening right now.
Yeah, correct po. It's happening.
Pero sa party list law, sa Constitution, sa party list law, we don't have that anti-dynasty provision yet in our laws. Tama ba?
Po. Wala po. So wala po. The only electoral position that we have in the country that has an anti-political dynasty provision ay yung SK. So actually, kaya interesting po yung SK. Kaya sana po actually, we have more of our listeners na interesado tumakbo for SK kasi konti yung tumatakbo. But it is the only elected position in the entire country na may anti-political dynasty provision. So bawat tumakbo ang isang kandidato na may relative within 2 degrees na nakaupo sa national or local position. 2 degrees, tatay, hanggang po yan, lolo, lola.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, no? Pero in your assessment, if you have, what's the feel there in Congress? Sa House at saka Senate, are they keen on inserting anti-dynasty provision in our party list law, the enabling law for the party list system?
So right now, based on our assessment, wala po kasi siya sa priority ng ating Congress. Lalo na right now, I think they're really focused on our barangay SK election because in fairness to them, it will happen in December if they don't pass a law postponing it. So it makes sense for them to really talk about it right now. But yung fear lang natin talaga is even if after that, even if they have space to discuss about it, marami po sa ating members of Congress ay part po rin ng political dynasty. I think around 68% of members of the House of Representatives galing political dynasty. At least before the 2022 elections. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung number right now. Sa Senate po natin, at least meron tayong 6 na senator na currently nakaupo na magkapatid or na related to one another, either magkapatid or nanay, anak, no? So, yung takot lang namin, it's hard for us to siguro imagine or siguro to think na baka they might vote against their own favor. Siyempre, medyo gets naman natin na nasa interest nila yun to continue allowing political dynasty. However, we've had, itong SK reform law, we were able to get an anti-political dicey provision there. So let's see, baka we can appeal to the wisdom of our lawmakers. Baka sila mismo, they can actually pass that on, no? But siguro more than that, I think important then for us to also think about the strengthening of parties. So even if we actually solve, even if may anti-political dicey provision kasi tayo, it doesn't solve the problems in our electoral politics. I think maganda pa rin mag-shift tayo towards a more issue-based politics rather than personality-based politics. And for us to do that, hindi enough na hindi natin papatakbuhin yung dynasties. I think kailangan natin ng strengthening of our political parties. And part of that is, making sure na hindi madaling lumipat ng one party to another. May support sila na hindi lang pag-election sila gumagalaw. Even pag hindi election period sana gumagalaw sila, nag-advocate sila, nag-rebuild sila. And I think that's something that we have to also look into. Kami sa Elente, it's a key legislation that we're also looking into kasi we feel that if we have stronger parties, baka humina yung patronage politics, humina yung vote buying. We have more of a issue-based politics rather than personality-based dito sa Philippines.
Agree. No, 100% agree, Attorney Africa. Yun din ang natin. Mukhang we are looking into the personalities rather than anong mga party principles nila, ano bang mga policies na i-implement nila once elected. Yun ang mas importante pero hindi natin tinitingnan. Attorney Africa, we still have one minute to go and I think let's just utilize the last minute for your parting statement to our listening audience here in Bohol and around the world.
Okay, so I think in number one na important na gusto namin paalala sa mga tao is let's participate in our electoral processes. Sa mga batang nakikinig ngayon, think about running for the SK. Sa SK elections this year, even if ma-move next year, pag-isipan natin tumakbo doon. 2018, 34,000 vacant positions in SK, so walang tumatakbo. And may anti-political dicey provision. So if there are people na alternative candidates gusto mag-try, maging magandang leader sa ating bansa, there will be no easier position for you to actually participate in than the SK. Aside from that, kami po sa Lente, we're going to continue our policy reform. We're going to highlight two key policy legislation. Una po yung Comelec Integrity Bill that we're going to push for. Strengthening po yung independence ng ating Comelec lalo na sa locality kasi right now, we want them to have their own offices and they have their own resources na hindi siya mga galing sa local government natin. And pangalawa po, we're looking at voter registration. Gusto natin continuous. Wag na po tayo maglagay sana ng deadline. And sana po we get more and more of our people registered to vote. No? Aside from that, we'll be releasing our own election report soon actually. Makikita nyo doon, we have may 21 recommended policy recommendations for Comelec and for the Congress na hopefully will create a better electoral system na mas may confidence tayo sa elections. And siguro lastly, wag po tayo mawala ng pag-asa. I think we still have a lot of room to grow and important po lahat tayo makilahok sa ating electoral process and actually sa ating civic engagement and pag-develop po ng ating country.
Maraming salamat ho, Attorney Carlo Gino Africa, for your time and for sharing with us your expertise regarding policies on electoral reforms as well as the results of the observations of the May 2022 national and local elections. Thank you, Attorney Africa.
Salamat po.
Bye-bye.
Salamat po. Ingat po tayo.
Mga kaigsunan, ang atuang resource person gikan sa Legal Network for Truthful Elections or Lente in the person of Attorney Carlo Gino Africa. We are already running over time, mga kaigsunan. We apologize to our DJ here, DJ Brown. No? So, mga kaigsunan, nadungog nato ang atong resource person. Ako maingon na lang kaninyo nga ang katungod sa pagbuto dili nato maayong tapungag ibaligya dili na to i-surrender ato kining gamiton sa maayong tumong og tinguha para mapalambo ang atuang nasod nga Pilipinhon. Kini si Atty.Greg Austral, mayon kaninyong daghang salamat sa inyong pagpaminaw nining atong programang Open Forum bukas nga panagsultihay.
Inyong napaminawan ang Open Forum. Bukas nga panagsultihay. Ayaw kalimot sa sunod nga panag-uban. Open Forum. Bukas nga panagsultihay.